Well, it's just the Down Beach Buzz podcast with Sherry Lilienfeld of eXp Realty. The podcast brought to you by Paul Scollage. He's the Senior VP of Lending for Rate.com.
This year, the big theme was fraud and safety. Not just safety for realtors, but safety for your clients. Property fraud, and it happens all over. These scammers will see a property, and a lot of times they do it with land, but they'll do it with your house, and they will record a fake deed or a fake lien or whatever. They record fake information and claim your property. So your property is literally stolen from you on the county level without your knowledge. And the only time you find out about it is when you go to sell it. And then this crazy stuff starts coming up into your title report. And then you're running out of time. So most counties, Atlantic County has this, where you can register for free, where you are notified if there's something that changes, that gets recorded against your property. Apparently in 2018 and 19, there were these two men who were doing this in Atlantic City, wire fraud. 1 in 20 transactions will get scammed by wire fraud. And the way these scammers work is they will get into your email. They know you're a realtor, or they would get in a title company email or mortgage person's email, and they know a transaction is happening sometime soon. So they sit and they watch. And then a little bit before the transaction, they say, oh, you have to wire this money right now. Otherwise, you're in risk of losing this transaction. And people wire money. And once that money is wired, most of the time it goes out of the country. You cannot get that money back. And they had stories. There were agents that talked stories. This guy lost 1.5 million. This guy lost, 500,000. It's 1 in 20 transactions that gets hit. You have to be diligent. Okay, you want your agent to do an open house. Like, you really need to think about what you're leaving out. Your car keys, even your calendar on your refrigerator, any personal items. So safety was just the topic of this, because there's all these scammers, and scammers are so bold. And someone was talking about realtors getting stalked and scammed and their life threatened because, everyone thinks we're so wealthy and we make all this money. Like, people are like scamming realtors, to try to get money and threatening them. One lady said there was literally a man outside of her house with a car. All her neighbors saw it, and he was threatening her for money.
How do you make sure that people coming in to an open house or a showing, how do you know that person is a real buyer, not somebody just pretending to be a buyer, to get in your property, to get closer to you, maybe to leave, to take pictures, maybe to scout the place out, to case the joint. Maybe they leave behind a miniature recording device.
Well, first of all, they tell you never to do an open house by yourself. I always had this thing, like let's say a couple comes in, right? And the woman wants to go look at the bedrooms and the man goes into the utility room. You never have anyone split up in your house, number one. They always have to be attended. And if not anything for realtor safety, for client safety, for their personals. But one of the things a realtor should do when you get a listing is walk through the person's home with them and tell them all the things they need to put away. Don't leave your car keys in the little bucket. Don't leave any keys in that bucket, by the door that most people do, or the hook. We always tell you to take down your personal pictures, but you want to protect your children. You want to protect your family. Like, our job is to protect you during this transaction, whether it's financially, whatever it is. So we do a walkthrough before you do an open house.
How many realtors that bring a buyer to your open house or your showing, whatever, are all those buyers agents, are they doing proper vetting before they bring somebody into your home, into your showing, into your property?
For example, recently had a beachfront property for sale. This agent called me and goes, I have this guy cash buy. Like, look, I get these emails all the time. I'm going to tell you, I get them all the time. I'm relocating to the area. I'm looking for a house with a pool and 4 bedrooms, and I'm going to spend $1 million, whatever it is. And I can't talk on the phone now, Bo. Reach me through WhatsApp. Whenever I see that, reach me through WhatsApp, I'm done. Like you, because they'll have an email or a regular phone number. I'll send an email or a text to that phone. I never hear from them. But I had an agent who's like, yeah, I have this cash buyer. He's coming. I'm like, have you met this person before? Have you talked to them? So one of the things we're supposed to do to talk about the vetting, especially with buyer's agency, which is a great topic. When you're doing buyer's agency, you are supposed to meet this person and have a buyer intake before you ever take them out. You're supposed to explain agency. You're supposed to find out what they're looking for. Yes, you're supposed to do your vetting. But one of the things they told me is these scammers with AI are getting so good. They can do a Zoom call with an AI person. So you're never seeing this person. Like, you got to be so good at really vetting, like even more diligent than ever. Like, that was the overlying theme. Like, you got to watch all these signs. One person that got scammed, she talked to the banker. They have fake proof of funds. Just have to really, really have your radar up and ask lots of questions and double check and triple check. And so you as a buyer or seller need to be aware, but the agent also needs to look for things. Like, you need to tell your buyer, I will never send you an email or text to say, wire your money now. If you see that, that's not me. Like it's just educating. So it's about safety and educating your buyers and your sellers. Sellers have to be careful too. Another scam, you list a property for sale. It's on the internet. It's everywhere. Well, scammers will take that property and list it someplace else, saying it's for rent at a really discounted price, and then they get a tenant. They take the tenant's money, their security deposits, they're 1 month ahead, they take this money. The tenant shows up with a U-Haul truck to the house that's never been for rent. And now you have a very sad situation. You have a desperate tenant who needs a place to live, who gave their money to some scam artist. And it's very dangerous and scary. There's just so many things that can happen with real estate. I tell you, every time I go to Triple Pay, I'm like, oh my God, why am I in this business? It's scary. You really got to be on top of your game. And another reason why you need an agent who's going to protect you.
Is it well attended by local realtors, this Triple Play? Since it's in Atlantic City, it's right down the street. You can hop on a jitney. You see a lot of your colleagues there this past week.
I saw 2 of my colleagues. I saw 2.
So you saw 2 colleagues, realtors, real estate type folks at the Triple Play Real Estate 3-day event where you keep up to speed on all things with real estate. That's interesting.